I meant to click on Discord.
Whatever you do, don't click on Discord.
Oh no! I did that thing again. I did that thing again where I was looking through my server and I'm like, where the hell is Steam's video announcement channel? And I'm like, oh, I'm in the wrong server.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. Never fails.
Oh yeah, I do that too. Sometimes where I'm trying to find your server and I'm in Dean's server. I'm like, what the hell's? Why do you have this? Like where it was like role playing.
We get each other mixed up, I've noticed.
Yeah, I think it's also because I have you guys together. I keep like all of our friend groups servers together.
You keep us together.
And also mine. Yeah, you can make folders, you know, in your Discords.
I know. Yep, you can do that.
Yeah, so I organize them one group for art. Well, like the servers that I'm on, that's how I got a lot of my advertisements. One folder with everyone's in our friends group servers, and then some random servers that I'm in, like the Arena ones.
I usually just have a folder for servers that... I just usually have a folder open for servers I don't really go into that often.
Yeah, those are like my throwaway ones where I just wanted to organize because I hate having them all floating around. Hello, Dean.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Hey!
Yep.
Hi,
I'm
Dean.
here.
How's the dinner or the Oreos?
Both were good.
That's good.
I had my dinner, laid down on my bed for a few, and now I feel pretty good.
That's good. A heads up though, coming up here next week. I'm gonna be on the fence about streaming next week because it's supposed to be around 90 around here.
Holy shit, 90.
Yep. So if I'm not gonna stream next week, that's gonna be why.
Yeah, you're just gonna be trying to beat the heat.
Feel the heat.
Feel the heat.
What is that from?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. The way he says it's always weird.
It has been. That's why it's been memed.
Feel the heat.
Feel the heat.
Type.
So how are you guys doing today?
Okay, it was actually a pretty good day. Got my WIC farmer market coupons, so Mom and I are looking at going to a different farmer's market this summer to explore more of our wonderful area. And
Our wonderful area in the town that we live in.
it's more the towns around us. I've lived here all my life, and I've only known my little small group of area because it's really in that gap of where it's like farmlands, maybe a patch of houses here and there randomly, then it'll go back to farms or woods, and then you'll get a random village or a little small town, and then all of a sudden then it's boom, the city of Dunkirk. And then like the other way is like to Buffalo, so it's like that one's got more like the actual home kind of thing. So
Then boom.
You trying to find a place or something?
no, just explore more around in our areas.
Instead of
Because like I said, we never really go anywhere that's not in our small little village area.
they want to go somewhere aside from like the same like 5 places.
Yeah, because my town is technically a village because it's like a strip, and then I live on the outskirts of it, which is not, I guess, a part of the area. It's like I forgot how my mom explained it. Where technically my mailbox is in the village because that's where the post office is. So that's why I call myself one of the Angolas, because that's technically where my mail is. And like I said, it's like all wooded area, so like you still have to drive a pretty good bit to get to another town or activity area. So we're trying to branch out by going to different farmers markets.
So just looking for places just to have fun or something, right?
Yep, like I said, to explore more. Like my neighborhood, I never went farther back into it because, like, what was the point? We never really had kids out here. It's more of like the older kids, like my sister's age. Mm-hmm. So I never had to go farther other than like my 3 streets that had family friends. So like when my son was born, basically, all the way up to, I want to say when he turned 2. So about like 2 years, we walked our neighborhood and found like different streets. Not even my mom knew because she grew up here as a kid too. We found really cool houses that were apparently there for a long time or were abandoned. So that was fun. I'm tired.
So a very active day today.
Yeah, I had my last second first time riding a bike with my kid, and my dad in I want to say in about 15 years. He's finally able to actually ride a bike again. I'm tired from that, even though it was going down the street. I had to like stay at my kid's pace, so it was like pedaling once every like minute or two.
He knows how to ride a bike then, so...
Oh yeah, he does. He has training wheels on him.
Oh.
He's 4. Yeah. Wait, I have to do math for a second.
Hold on. Math.
When
Math.
was like
20. He was born in 2018, and it's 2022.
2.
So 4. Right? Is that how math works?
Yes, that's how math works.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I trust the math man.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know her own kid's birthday, oh my.
Shut up! I am tired. I know his birthday. I said I know what it was. I said I could remember what the age was.
What year is it?
1993.
$29.99.
$29.99.
I am also been up since 6 too.
Yeah, me too. And I just got off work around 7.
It's 10:28 for me.
So long day, basically.
Yeah, long day, hot day. And I've been out and about with my family, so the social meter is also low.
That's
So,
understandable.
yeah.
Damn, where isn't it hot?
Alaska.
I was
Oh.
just thinking that too.
Alright, I guess we're moving to Alaska then.
Oh, Nicholas!
Meow.
If I go to Alaska, maybe I'll meet my 5th grade teacher there since she moved.
You moved to Alaska?
Yeah.
Nice.
Why Alaska, though?
Alaska.
I forgot her reason why she moved there. Maybe she had a friend or family up there that she wanted to be there with. I don't really hear from her unless she sends the occasional Christmas cards to us.
Nice of her that she still does.
She does that?
Yeah.
My mom sometimes still keeps in touch with some of her students too.
Oh, I Or the wrong thing. Alright, there you go.
What did you do?
I accidentally was trying to lower volume because like I was trying to play a game on Dolphin, and then it was just like, oh shit, I turned down Discord instead.
You certainly sound a little louder.
Am I louder?
You sound a bit louder to me.
No,
The volume was set to 95. I was wondering why it was.
now you're better. You must have been too close to your mic.
Maybe. Is this better then?
You're good now.
Okay, I wonder why volume control does that. That's weird.
That's it.
Come on, Link.
It's evil.
Did you know that if you use volume control, it apparently affects your input volume? I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Leave! Oh, that was close.
Oh, nice.
I got the key!
I got the key.
You got the key to your house.
Oh, wrong room. This is the wrong room.
Hey, goof.
Oh, that's the wrong way too.
This is on the way.
Hope everybody's ready for the Xeno weekend that me and Dean are going to be doing.
At the Xeno week, yep.
The Xeno...
I'm ready.
Several months.
I'm ready.
Yep, so I'm looking forward to that. I've got Xenosaga already booked up, or already hooked up, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I get to see my waifu in her debut game.
Mm-hmm. T. Elos, I think?
Yep. She's in Xenoblade 2 as well.
Yeah, isn't she one of the DLC or something?
Yeah, and you can only get her in the... I think she's, like, only a New Game Plus Blade. Oh, so hi there, Ashley. How is it going? The dad, the dean, the bean, as well as the cake cat.
That didn't rhyme. How are you, Ashy?
Speaking of feeling hot, here's the fire dungeon.
Ah yes, yes, the fucking heat.
Fuck the heat.
Yeah, I don't know why. Everything's just been hot nowadays, for some reason. Thanks, summer.
Thanks, global warming.
I love Man Bear Pig.
Man, bear, pig.
Guys, I'm super
Cereal.
cereal.
He's super serial about it.
Wait, pause it right here. Zoom in. Can you see him? Man, bear, pig.
So wait, is he part man, part bear pig, or is he part bear, part man pig?
No, he's man plus bear plus pig. Man, bear, pig. I know I messed that up. As soon as I said it again, I'm like, I reversed two of them.
I don't know why, I've been like such in a kick of like adult animated shows. First with Beavis and Butthead, now with fucking South Park.
I can't believe South Park is still going.
South Park is indeed still going, and the streaming wars is on Paramount, so...
Nice. I don't know how much I remember like the very first season, so I've been growing up with it as a kid, and it's just fascinating that it started out with legit paper, then it turned to actual handmade drawings, and now it's 3D Maya.
What is
Now
going on?
we're done on Maya.
Yeah,
Yep.
they did it behind the scenes. I think on one of the DVDs
Mm-hmm.
or one of the movies, I think. And it showed them how they used Maya and they made it look like paper, and that's why they're able to actually animate with like their front view running forward kind of things.
Park is my favorite Paper Mario.
Yes, that's the first original Paper Mario.
Yep. Stray came out today for all cat game lovers. Yeah, I saw that it did come out. Like both.
What?
I think all of. Oh yeah, there's a game that's called Stray. You play as a cat. Yeah. Yeah.
I need links. Send me.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh yeah, wasn't that game on like the PS5 showcase?
Yeah, it was one of the games I was shown for it. Let's see, Stray, the video game. You get to play as a cat.
Meow.
Yeah.
Ow. That was hot.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation. I don't know if it should be on PC, I think.
I hope so because I refuse to get PlayStation.
That is fine. Here's a link to a trailer. You get to play the principal character is a cat, so meow.
Let's see. Hey there, Night Shroud. How's it going tonight?
It's a mild 93. Wow, that's how it was outside for
I think I
being, except with all the clouds in this. Ugh, I hate the clouds. I hate the clouds don't exactly, like, help. Oh, wait. Why am I delayed? Oh, right.
Why are you delayed?
I don't know. There it is. Yep, so that game is apparently on PlayStation, so I'm gonna probably try and play that at some point. Probably somewhere in the mixture of the Xenoblade stuff. We'll see. Or Xenosaga.
Yeah, I'm the one playing Blade. You're playing Saga.
Yeah, I was honestly tempted to be like, yeah, you know what, I want to play 2, and I'm just like, no, am I really committed to that?
Ashley gave me a link.
Oh, wait, no, Link's over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she gave me him. He's
Link's
not
on
mine. I got
screen.
copyright.
I did.
Now.
I did want to play Xeno 2, and I did pitch my idea I had for it to you earlier.
Yeah, if you wanted to do a... Wait, should I say, or...
It doesn't matter to me. The idea was if I managed to pull Cosmos in the entire game before I got to Chapter 10, I was gonna give 25 subs.
Yep, I saw that, which I was like, yeah, that's a wise idea for that, considering Cosmos's really, really, really low chances.
And yet I got her the other day before Chapter 4.
Nice.
Actually at Chapter 4.
And I still haven't got her because I am lazy to remove my dumb generic blades. I get lazy very easily.
More of you don't really have the time to grind it out.
That too. Stray is made by Annapurna Interactive. Annapurna? Get it? It's fun.
Just give me your fucking tail, dude. Ooh, tail.
I had dinner first.
No, it's gonna disappear. It disappeared.
And it's gone.
It's like that Spider-Man meme.
So that's a quite interesting story. I'm just reading the description.
Yeah, you have to play as a cat carrier service, so that's pretty cool.
There have been strange. I mean, it's not the. It's definitely not the most out there game I've played or heard of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Isn't it like some sort of cat platformer too, or something?
we're back in the days of animal mascot platformers now.
Oh, sweet. I knew we would hit that renaissance. We need to... I'm still waiting for 2000s nostalgia, where things decided to want to be like really edgy and funny and stuff.
It does look like Edison.
I thought we already were getting into the renaissance of mascot platformers. I mean, we got here not too recently, we not just got back Psychonauts, but we also got back. Well, Psychonauts not really an animal mascot platformer, but
Raz is my favorite animal.
well,
He's my animal spirit.
Well, 3D platformers, I guess specifically. But we also got Klonoa.
Yeah. Yep, and I'm still holding that. I'm just like, yep, I will be streaming that someday. We'll see.
Maybe
yeah, I gotta do that
someday.
thingy you requested.
Hopefully you get to that soon, but yeah, I'm not.
I can do it right now. I just wanted to get some work done.
Yeah, that's fine.
I completely forgot about it until you just brought it up.
Yeah, it's fine. You're busy. Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
What?
Something going on?
Oh no, I'm just I'm just playing Shadow, so.
Oh. I thought you were looking at me.
Oh no.
Like, I behave ish.
Ish.
Ish. I gotta go this way to hit that other switch.
I'm over there.
Now I'm over here.
Cut it out, butthole.
You're a butthole.
I binged those 2 Beavis and Butthead movies the other day. That was a really fun time.
Just like me. Just like me, how I binged those movies for some reason.
They were fun.
They were fun movies, I liked them.
It's okay, we could steal this. We have white privilege.
It's okay, we can take this. I am so glad we went to college. Yeah, now I feel like I'm able to to deal with the struggles of everyday life. That was my favorite fucking line in that entire movie. It's okay, we have white privilege. I can't wait to check out that new series that they're, or at least the new season that they're gonna do soon.
Oh boy. I think I got some catching up on the actual TV show to do.
Yeah, but they're shorts, so they shouldn't be that long to get through.
The only thing I remember about Beavis and Butthead as a kid that my dad showed me back when I was 8 was there was an episode where Beavis rolled Butthead rolled Beavis down a hill in a tire.
Oh,
I think I remember that. I also have another idea due to a comment that was made in your server, Dean. And I want to keep it as a surprise for you.
As soon as you say someone said something in the server,
it's safe
I am
and
now.
it'll be adorable. So shush.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be concerned.
It's adorable. It's gonna be hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry.
Why don't you tell me about it in a DM then?
Okay.
But I am DM.
In a PM then.
Oh, okay.
But it's only AM right now. I can't find you. Oh wait, no. I'm talking to the server, that's why I can't find you.
We chat in this very server.
No, not this one, in Dice Sharding.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Jared and I's stream. Server.
Okay.
How could you not find me?
Because I was looking for actual physical PMs of me and you.
Oh yeah.
And I was going off of top PMs, and like for a second in my characters, I'm like, I could not find you. I thought I defriended you.
Well, what?
Ooh.
That's how tired I am.
Wow, this guy's an asshole. The dude just hit me.
I think the conversation was lost track.
Yes.
The guy in the game's an asshole. You lost track of our DMs, which are probably buried somewhere among the other. You could just go to my profile under like the group chats that we're in or servers. That is an option.
Yes, I know, but for a split second in my mind, I thought I de-friended you. And entire mind thinking it deletes the PMs. It was like for a split second, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, no, that's not how it works.
I know, right? If that was the case, we wouldn't be able to friend anybody unless we can. We can't message anybody unless we DM them.
Yeah. I PM'd you.
Pretty
I had to
sure.
think for a second that was.
Pretty sure there's a Mario Galaxy level like this. Bouncing on a ball.
I don't know where they took it from.
Yep.
It's a minigame. Whenever you fall off the edge.
I like how the music does speed up, like the faster you go down a hill on those missions.
Yeah, I like that detail as well.
It's kind of cartoonish, I think, in the Zelda. Kind of like Wind Waker was.
I mean, this is a fairly cartoony Zelda game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the same thing with Wind Waker, where it was more cartoonish looking, so it acted a little bit cartoonish. With, like, subtle jokes.
Let me check off something here real quick.
I haven't seen this much cat game since the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy XIV.
So the message I got was actually just about the cat game.
Cat game.
Cat dog.
That was a good show, too.
Run, Link, run.
But yeah, I PM'd you, babe. My idea.
Let me see it. Oh. That's all I'll say.
Interesting idea.
I think there's an air vent. Yep. Kate was asking yesterday, Dean, about like any interesting things to do up there in Seattle when we actually go up there for her convention. I was telling her the story of why we specifically wanted it to go to Zeke's Pizza out of any other place there. Because of Xenoblade.
Yep, because of Xenoblade.
That's the only reason.
And to be fair, they did have some nice pizza, so...
Better than the
We're going
Wendy's.
there.
Yeah, better than the frickin' Wendy's that keep getting your fucking order wrong.
We're going there for dinner.
Oh.
It's not a request.
I'm no longer asking. Point cocks out
Yes.
gun.
Okay. For a split second, I thought you were gonna end it with the first letter or the first word with that after before gun. But I was like, okay then.
Saw this meme the other day of Bernie Sanders with a gun, and it just said, "I am no longer asking." Because of that meme, I am once again asking you to blink, do this, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's a Bernie Sanders meme.
I am no longer asking.
Balls in mouth.
Ball.
Is that Super Bernie Sanders world?
Yeah.
Super Sanders World.
Girl.
Da, 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 da. Oh boy, the gyro puzzle's my favorite.
Ah, yeah.
You don't like the
Best
gyroid?
ones.
Gyroid.
Yeah.
I'm playing with gyroid controls.
Speaking of awesome shit, Logan, me and Logan were in a call setting some stuff up yesterday, and he was going off on like the original like only real Chads remember the original Legos, which was Bionicles.
Bionicles was so edgy back in the day. I loved it.
Come on. Okay, this thing isn't calibrated, right? Wait, I got it. The calibration was a little weird. As most things with gyro.
Every time I hear gyroid, I think of the food.
Hi, I love some gyros.
I think of Gyromite.
With Rob.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. With the gyro to make one with Rob using the gyro Wii remote. They could have too.
Hey, totally.
Is she actually speaking something like how Minda was technically, but it was like backwards?
Probably is, but I have no idea on what she's saying.
Probably
Look that up.
maybe someone speaking Japanese, but it's unscrambled
It sounds
gibberish.
like it.
I love me some gibberish.
Be funny if she was speaking Latin, but it was all scrambled. Oh no, the pretty boy! Wait, you're not a fish. Okay, sometimes I feel like I'm Death the Kid because I really can't stand things sometimes when they're not symmetrical. Case in point with Girahim, he only has one earring on his right ear, but not his left ear. I hate it. I watched a little bit of Soul Eater. That's another anime I want to get back to watching.
At some point, I want to try and watch. I think it's been a while since I've actually watched it. I know that Ryan had me watch it before.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked what I watched.
Admittedly, the only thing I remember from Soul Eater was Death the Kid and Blair the Witch.
Oh yeah, Blair was someone else I also remember.
She was definitely a fan servicey character.
I remember her very first appearance.
Whoop! Almost forgot to bomb him. This dude's got legs.
For days.
I went back into that art server, by the way, and I saw something that just made me go, I hope you know what you're getting into.
That can of worms has been open ever since day one.
No, I'm talking about something else, babe.
Oh. Is it the thing that you posted?
No.
Oh, is it something else?
It's something it's something else I haven't mentioned out loud yet.
Doesn't involve Dean.
No, I'm out of bombs. What was that, Kate?
I was asking, does it involve Dean?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
It was something he did.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
I know what you're talking about. What you posted recently that I fangirling over.
It might have been recently, it might have been a long time ago. Remember, I forgot that server existed for the longest time. But if you want to DM it in the group chat, you're welcome. You're welcome to play a guessing game on what it is.
I think I do know, but
I don't know if you guys want it public or not. That's why I'm being vague about it.
yeah, not now. Okay, Friday to Monday is good. I requested both those days off, so I think I should be good.
Yay, 3-day weekend.
Yeah, I'm specifically mentioning the the weekend of Everfree. I'm gonna be arriving early, so.
So you probably might be the first one there.
What time are you? Well, can you say what time you're planning to arrive?
Let me get my phone because that's where it has my ticket thing on it.
Because my stuff, my flight itinerary is basically in Friday morn and Monday morn.
I have to be kind of up in the early morning. It's the way back home is going to be a pain in the ass because it's going to be really late at night when I get home.
It's going to be an 8-hour flight, I think.
Let me find my thingy. It'll tell me exactly the like whole trip one way and next one.
Add a car. Nah,
No.
I'm not driving. I don't want to drive. Drive in the city? What? Who would do such a thing?
Have you guys used Uber, or is it like walking distance?
I used Uber to actually get to my get from the hotel to the airport. Actually,
Good. I wanted to make sure because it.
they were fine.
I've never Uber.
They were totally fine, and honestly, they were really nice people. They actually got me to the airport in like a really, really good time.
I have to be at the airport and on that plane at 10:45 a.m. and I should be there by like 2:10 p.m. So it's like
Well, you're gonna
and I
be
have to
there at
do,
like 2 p.m. over there?
2:10
Oh, okay.
p.m. It was the only earliest flight slash mid flight because a lot of them it was like basically the whole day kind of fly because they want to do different layaways, between two different flights. I have to jump between two other planes to get there.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Thankfully, the first one is just literally get off the one plane and then hop over to the other one. So it's like that's basically it's a 1 hour, around about 1 hour and 4 minutes. It says between those two, and it'd be like a 20-minute wait for in between. So that's why I said it's gonna like hop right on to the next one. But on the way home, I have to leave at like 12:15, so I can still hang out with you guys without worried about missing my flight. And I won't be home. Oh, no, blah, blah, blah. So, and then I have to get to the next flight at 10 p.m. And then I should be coming home, I say 1 in the morning. So that's another 4-hour flight.
My flights I have scheduled for basically in 5 a.m. So, because I like to get there early, and I also like to get home early. So
I can't fucking read.
I'm actually gonna be up in Seattle like a day early, just so I'm much more closer to the location this time when I go there, instead of me and my mom taking like a 5-hour drive all the way to the location like we did last year, because that was kind of annoying. Also,
I misread this.
Right? Wait, Raiden tried to drive in Denver. Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
Also, I posted in the chat what I was referring to.
I don't remember that one.
I
that one. Never mind. That picture.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
I had a feeling, and I'm like, god damn it. Alright, also bye Impa. She's a kind of a bitch in this game, but RL. Or jerk. Massive jerk.
Do my words sting, boy?
I am an angry boy.
But I misread this. I was still reading the next flight where it would land from Detroit to Seattle is the 12:15. I don't know why I was thinking it was the return home. They'll probably show that on here when I actually go on my flight because it's only showing the leave.
Yeah, and I just booked mine, so yeah, I'm all set. So, and I also my day offs were approved. So, hey, that's also good.
I still need to get my ticket, but I can't really afford it right now.
Oh shit, right. Yeah, well, we can discuss that later. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet. I had money for it, but I didn't want to get it yet until I know what we were doing with sleeping arrangements.
Yeah, I still like what I said in Jared's chat where I was like, oh shit, there's a Terry Bogard figure. Now, sorry, Jared, I'm gonna be biking over to Seattle.
Dude, just think about all the cardio you'd get, though.
Man, look at all the sweet cardio.
You're gonna get rips on the triple from and to.
My legs are buff.
I know you wrote me down the right airport for it, but I'm always paranoid because this is a big thing. It's SEA for the area, right?
Yeah, that in Tacoma. So
Okay.
that's the one that I took before, and that's the one I'm going to be taking.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure it was the SEA because when we were booking it, it popped up like 2 different versions of Seattle. I just want to make sure it was the right thing. Even though we typed in the exact airport that you gave me, and I'm just bleh.
I know. Like, that's kind of what happens when you're, flying to another state and stuff.
Just a state by myself for the very first time.
Congratulations.
The last time I was on the actual plane was to Florida, and I was like, I want to say 8, and that was with my mom. So, to do this as an adult, trying to like learn how to do actual booking, find the best one to go, and then seeing how much it is just for going, having basic decency with like leg room.
Let me see this. So basically in Stray, you can lay down and lick yourself, press B to meow, knock over cans, annoy people till you get what you want, and if you slip, you pretend like nothing happened. That sounds so cat, I want one.
Just like a real cat.
I want to play Cat Simulator.
I love your tweet that I just somehow got right now, Dave.
What one?
Apparently that you posted at 5.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
The thing I
don't know why my phone just decided, oh, hey, by the way, your man just tweeted this, like, hours after.
The thing I technically joked about, but is actually a real thing, because someone actually did do that. A TikToker did that. I found that out from Nuxtaku.
And the sad thing is that there's an actual market for that, not just because of like one person. There's an actual market for that. And it's sad and disgusting at the same time.
If Gamer Girl bathwater exists, so can apparently a jar of farts. I like how all the responses to that were all serious answers when it was meant to be taken as a joke.
Let me check that.
Oh!
Ooh.
They got the butterfly net! Can I carry more cash? Oh, I can. Money, money, money. Bye!
I love how he's like mostly referenced for a lot of games and not a lot of other Zelda NPCs.
Fuck, 2 weeks until Xenoblade?
Not even that.
Less than 2 weeks until Xenoblade?
Yeah, we got 10 days.
10 days until Xenoblade?
Yep. Are you ready, Dean?
God, I can't wait. I'm already like looking at the combat system. The fact they introduced a job system in the game already sells me.
I know, right?
I fucking love job systems.
Thank you, Dragon Quest.
Yeah, Dragon, Like a Dragon has been basically like my favorite format of the whole job system, where it's literally jobs.
You literally do a job.
Yeah, you literally do a job, and that is your job class that you use. I fucking love that.
I still gotta play Like a Dragon. More.
Still gotta finish Like a Dragon.
I like Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I love Like a Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest is good.
Yep, I love me some Dairy Queen.
Oh, there's my other idea I keep forgetting to do.
Buy Dairy Queen?
Well, that, but Don't worry about it. Well, you should worry about it. You should very worry about it.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh yeah,
One
remember
thing is adorable. The other one is just you kind of deserve it kind of thing.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me you had a Dragon Quest idea, but I forgot exactly what it was.
Who,
Well,
me?
it's really
or-
much of a Dragon Quest
okay.
thing. It's a
Oh.
Go on.
I'm typing it for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so where are we dropping, Jared?
The fucking desert. Ooh woo. We're in the third area of the game now. Much faster progress than last time. Helps not being lost.
Yep.
And of course, the woods area, I would get lost.
I sent it to you.
The fucking woods.
Alright, since I got downtime, I'll take a look at it real quick. Oh! I think I forgot about that.
I did too for a while until you said DQ, and that was like a war flash. I'm like, oh yes, that's
Our third eye has awakened.
We technically
my
talked
tiredness
about,
made me awoke.
we technically talked about DQ last night. We got on the last night. Kate and I got on this whole tangent of just talking about fast food.
Yeah,
Just
And then
because?
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Oh
hentai.
shit, there's a mod viewer thing? Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Mod viewer.
I feel like I'm seeing like mod view is a customizable channel mode that includes everything you need to moderate channels on Twitch. Holy shit.
What does it do specifically?
It's like it gives me I have the ability to take a look at I can look at the mods and shit, I can check the viewers, I have docked widgets.
Yeah,
I can add
Look at
widgets.
that too. Apparently, mods have their own little thingy too for like channels because I accidentally opened it up on Jared's stream, and it had more tools for mods to like ban people or do something. I think with the stream, but I'm not sure if Jared might have gave me something extra when he was doing stuff. I don't know. I have to look at it again.
Yeah, mods I know can set up polls.
I think that's maybe what I was thinking of.
Because I've done that a couple of times for Dean
Mods,
during his
mods.
streams.
Yeah. So rent-free Namja. What?
The fuck is rent-free Namja?
I don't know. It says raid.
Shadow Legends?
Yeah. Where's the? I thought there was a ability to make a poll.
You type up / and then you type up poll.
Oh, okay.
That's how you create one.
I have to do it that way. I see.
I mean, it's not very hard. It's only 5 characters.
Yeah. It's just that it's weird for like Twitch because it's like Twitch is always, oh, you have to do this in order to initiate raid. You got to do it by codes or something.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
What I should actually... One thing no, I can't take a look at it. I was gonna say I should start writing down the names of Twitch streamers, so that way I can raid them without going to, like, an Internet Explorer browser, but... I'd have to check if they were online anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
That's what the creator dashboard is for, because you're able to check it out through that.
I don't think I have that on my OBS widget. The only thing I have is the stream chat and the activity feed.
Okay. Because, yeah, oh, wait, do you do that through your phone?
No.
No?
It's a widget you can use for OBS.
Oh, okay. I was referring that to Twitch itself.
Oh, I could always see who's online by just looking at my phone if I have it nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe! One thing I really hope that does get fixed in Xenoblade 3 on the technical side from 2 is fixing the memory leak issues that 2 has, because you leave that game on for long enough, it does suffer from memory leak.
I think I've heard about that before.
Yeah, I've experienced it multiple times.
Isn't that just by, is it playing at really long play sessions, or is it from leaving it in sleep mode and stuff?
Really long play sessions, leaving it in sleep mode does actually help.
Ah, okay.
I mean, it's a really easy fix when you do encounter it. All you gotta do is manually close the software and then reboot it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just that, yeah, it sucks that that's a thing.
One of the things I did talk about this already, but one of the things I did want to see improved is better tutorials.
Yeah.
I'm still upset from my stream that I did of that game like a couple years ago, how I kept dying to the power chord boss, and I figured out why I kept dying to it. It's because they introduced a spike mechanic that they never explained. So I was doing damage to myself the entire time.
Oh, okay.
I never knew that until I found out about it last night. That is the most frustrated I've ever been with that game, and it's 5 years that it's been out.
Yeah, I don't blame you for being frustrated at that.
If there was like a indication on like the health bar like there is in Xenoblade 1, I can maybe see it in hindsight from after playing Xenoblade 1, but nothing's there. Like, okay. Thanks, game.
Yeah, thanks.
Also, apparently there's a boss in Xenoblade 1 that's kind of like that as well. Where one of the last bosses of the game, she gets like a if something is on the field that she summons, she'll get like a huge buff to her physical defense. And there's no indicators that it happened other than a very small detail of like, hey, the defense of this thing is up. I forget the girl's name, but it's like one of the last 3 bosses of the game.
Oh, is it that, one of the, High Entia ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't remember her name. I do know she's High Entia, though.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember about her. Not Dixon, that's for sure.
Nope.
I'm a little scared for how long that stream is actually gonna be, because that is a very, very long game.
What, Xenoblade? Yeah, Xenoblade 1.
Yep. Xenoblade 1 is very, very long, and I don't have a way of easily speeding it up like I do with Xenoblade 2.
I mean, is there any reliable way of doing that? Or any speedrun thing?
The only way I would be able to speed it up is to do a glitch that actually that can actually get me to like level, what is it, like 50 or 60 in Tetra Cave, but eventually you start to get outclassed where it's that glitch is obsolete, and I think it got fixed in a future patch.
Oh, so no cheating allowed there.
Yep. Speedruns of that game that I have seen also have to do level grinding, so that kind of speaks for how long it's gonna be. I'll be surprised if it's longer than Logan's Persona 5 stream, though. Which was 50 parts. Technically 49, but he pushed it to 50 because he didn't want it to end on an odd number.
I mean, 49 just feels a little weird. Just ending it on 49, it just feels 420. Sure, we'll just do as many parts as possible.
I mean, if we have to. No, for many parts as possible. That's something we would do for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Still haven't beaten that game yet.
I still haven't streamed it in a while.
At this point, might as well start from the beginning.
I might as well start fresh again because, like, I mean, trying to do the whole liberated thing, it didn't really work out very well as I thought it would. So, you know what? I think I have to do it legit.
And it's
I just need more time, actually.
Do you guys know the glitch where you could make a infinite running by doing the whistle?
Yeah, that's the one thing that Jared has shown me repeatedly whenever he played.
That glitch I found like a couple of days after I got the game.
I didn't know about it until I was watching speedruns.
Speedruns of Breath of the Wild is a very interesting pastime because
It is.
because the entire game is like, okay, here's a huge sandbox with a lot of interesting mechanics. So what can we do with it? And most of it involves stasis.
Yeah, because it's basically
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
You know how he teaches how to blow the perfect bubble?
Oh, technique.
First you gotta do this, then stop 3 times, don't forget it, and then like he did a whole bunch of crap to actually blow it, and that's basically how speedrunners are, where like you gotta do like backflips, and then you have to do like jump off of this one moblin that's like in this one area at like 50 degrees, and you'll be able to like hop onto a tree and magically get over to Hyrule Castle. Like that kind of weirdness.
I mean, speed caps, bullet time bounce speed caps don't really exist, so your speed can just go nuts with it.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Oh, yeah, I love watching people do the bomb one, where they launch themselves with bombs.
That's a fun glitch once you actually learn it. It took me a little bit to get the hang of it because I didn't understand the timing at first, but once it clicked, it clicked.
Yeah.
So now I do it all the time.
I like how a lot of people use it for like shrines.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I use it for now.
Don't blame folks for using it on shrines either.
Especially the annoying ones. The one shrine I use it for the most because I do not like these. I did not like these shrines because I need a guide for them because I didn't understand how astronomy works back then. It's those lining up the constellation ones.
Oh, I didn't find that one then. Yeah. The one that I'm surprised I even was able to do it was the fan ones, where you like had a line-up and you get all the fans blowing each other.
Oh yeah.
That one I was surprised I got that, like, just smacking shit. But there was another one where it's the 2 shrines where they're like sisters, where you have to take a picture of the one pattern and you use that pattern for the other sister and then vice versa. And I was too lazy to actually do that. So I actually had to watch a tutorial on one of them and took a picture of the actual one I was in to do the other one. So I haven't actually beaten the sister shrine yet for that because I didn't have enough stamina to get up to it.
They want you to use the camera feature on the Switch.
Which is not that bad. I'd rather do the camera than use the fucking gyro that you can't turn off to do those twisty puzzles.
Yeah. Which, there isn't too much of them in the game, at the very least.
Which I understand. If you use the controller thingy that comes with it, I understand it's easy to use that, but when you're on the go, like how I was for a while, you keep the Joy-Cons on the actual system, so when you're doing those puzzles, you're trying to like twist yourself like into a pretzel because you're trying to twist your arms and your body to move things, which was annoying.
They should have at least included an analog option in that case. I mean, that's what they did for Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah. Which came out first? Was Pokemon Let's Go, or was it Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
That's
That's probably why they did it on Let's Go.
That was Breath of the Wild. What came out with the Switch at launch.
Yeah, so that's probably why they changed it in Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
If they were gonna go with it.
They're just saying they could have updated the game like that.
Yeah, it's true. They can now do DLCs. But it's understanding when they couldn't really do that for the Wii version. Wasn't there a Wii version? Like the Wii U?
Yeah, there was a Wii U version, and if during those sections you had to switch to the Wii U gamepad if you were using the Pro controller,
Yeah.
which was kind of stinky because I wanted to use the Pro controller for the game.
Yeah, which is weird that handheld mode is the only way you're able to get like normal controls.
Come on, Gary.
Ow.
There we go. Praise Helix.
Hell Hydra.
Oh, no. Okay, that was close. I should have used my newly equipped beetle for this. Like that.
I wish they would bring some of these, like, items into, like, Breath of the Wild. Other than the traditional, you know, like, ones they have, kind of thing.
Like the hookshot.
Hookshot
Yeah.
is something that is sorely missed in something like Breath of the Wild.
You know how many ways you could climb up the things if you had a hookshot?
Yeah, it'd be easier.
With the, yeah, like, climbing up mountains and stuff. I mean, it still would have to have it, like, a certain, like, length where you can't, like, hop to the very top of the mountain. You know, like, you still have to climb it. I also noticed there's not really a lot of, like, puzzles like this in, Breath of the Wild. It's more of, like, hack and slash and then some puzzles,
It could
like,
be
in dungeons.
could be something they'll do in Breath of the Wild too, where it was more about exploration and combat than puzzle solving like Zelda's known for.
We'll
Yeah.
see when the time that gets announced.
I don't know if it was a meme or if it's an actual legit thing where I guess they played that Elder Scrolls, or what was that one game that
Skyrim.
Not Skyrim. No, that Logan was playing
Elden Ring?
when it came. Elden Ring, yes. Apparently, I don't know if it was a joke or if the actual developers were playing it, that they decided to hold back on it because they got some ideas from it.
It could be real, but who knows? Nintendo usually doesn't publicize stuff like that. Unless it's Sakurai.
Yeah.
Where he says,
Yeah.
hey, where it's Sakurai from Smash, where he's like, hey, if you want to play this, go buy an Xbox.
Yep.
Because he
Yeah,
did that.
only
Because he did that with Banjo-Kazooie when they got the Smash.
Mhm. Don't mention Xbox in a Nintendo showcase.
I
That was
mentioned Sony when it comes to Sora with Nintendo.
Well, Sora's been on Nintendo platforms before.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's been.
Oh yeah, the Game Boy, or not Game Boy,
Yeah,
DS games.
Chain of Memories, Dream Drop Distance, 358 Days Over 2,
I forgot
Recoded.
completely about the DS games. Kind of like blocked them out of my mind.
indeed some DS games about it.
It's okay.
I did play drop games. It was pretty fun.
It's okay. Some of them I wish I could forget to.
The one thing I never played was the card one.
Oh, Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
To be honest, you're not completely missing much.
Yeah, you're not
I
really
couldn't
missing
understand the battle concept of how you had to be like remember the cards, and then I didn't know if you actually physically fight with it, or if it was just like the animation of you fighting.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my little brain could not understand it, so like, why would I play something like that if I don't know the controls? And I'm watching it, so imagine actually trying to learn it. It's a big green ruby.
Open the gate.
I don't like the rubies in this game. They look weird. They're thick.
Damn boy, thick.
Aren't they? Like their land models are just really big and thick, and they just feel weird.
They pretty thick, yep.
Okay, I still wish you
Kind
could
of cool that these bombs don't explode.
I kind of wish you could control this with the analog stick instead of the gyro. Oh, come on, I didn't hit that.
They needed it to be authentic.
Well, you could fix some things. The way the way I said that, it just reminded me of that thing from Jeff Dunham where it was like, it's a city that never sleeps. Yeah, well, it needs a freaking nap. I love Walter. An ancient flower. Oh yeah, we need some of them in the game.
I think this is my favorite level because of how it uses the actual time stones that are like referenced from Ocarina of Time as
Okay, little
showing like what the old past used to be to what it is now.
They work the time mechanics really well in here.
Yeah, this is what it was supposed to be, I guess, like with Ocarina, with the idea where things would move between past and future in dungeons.
in the future.
Future!
For the future.
Go on, the
I'm
strongest in the
fire!
universe that doesn't do crap.
And I feel bad for these robots.
They exist in the past.
Yeah.
Forever stuck in terror.
Forever trapped in a limbo.
Damn it, I thought you were gonna talk to me. That's why I put my controller down.
Oh, and there's gotta be something around still. Yep, there he is, that's why. He's gonna tase you, man.
Tase him, bro.
Chase me like a Karen.
He's got a weapon.
He's got a sword! You idiot! We've all got swords! Ooh. Invisible flooring.
This is what it looked like in the past.
Really shitty, huh?
I would have loved it if he just, like, unknowingly walked out of the circle and he just turned back into, Fossil. Committed suicide. Actually, it's kind of true, because once you turn this off, it'll...
We just committed murder.
Well, yeah, because doesn't it close off the other area? Oh, no,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, it does. So he is dead. Poor thing.
Destroyed an entire society.
Oh, I'm actually surprised I actually hit that.
I wonder if these are references to the blue blocks from Ocarina of Time.
The
The
Song-
little square things he just smacked.
The Song of Time blocks.
Yeah, probably.
You know, the things that you had to move. Oh, wait, you never played Ocarina, have you?
No, I made it to that, at least. I just never finished it. But yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Okay, I didn't know.
We just don't have a flute to play them with.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
don't even have a
fans get
heartbeat.
upset when people call that in, what was it, Link to the Past or something? Where they called it the flute, where it clearly is the Ocarina.
What are you talking about? It's totally a flute. It says so.
Mhm.
Yeah. It sucked into the scene.
Nah, I'm good. Here we are, the entrance to the third dungeon. Now I just need to unlock it.
Yep.
Bring back the dead!
Which actually, the first time we actually did stream this game, Dean, I got to the end of the third dungeon by the time we finished the first part.
Oh yeah, you did. Damn, you made a lot of progress in that.
Yes, in history I shall sit. That is weird. I thought that was a middle finger for a second.
Nah.
Yeah, it was a bird statue.
Oh, fuck birds. I hate birds.
I hate cats. They go meow, and then they pee everywhere.
I thought I thought that was kids that pee everywhere.
They do, but cats do as well. But it's a reference from Conqueror's
From
Bad Fur Day.
Conquer. Yeah, from Conquer.
Yeah, I still remember that. Hey, Deke, go kill yourself. It was just,
He was so confused.
yeah,
And then
still
I
love that
died, and
clip.
then I see Greg.
yeah. You were being stubborn, didn't want to die. In the end, you did.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I don't want to die. And then I died.
Yeah, it was clipped. It was funny. So was it like a factory back in the day from what it looks like?
Yeah,
Possible.
Layer Mines was very, very futuristic area.
But also like old fashioned. Kinda in between.
There we go. Stab.
My sword is a key.
Oh,
Just jab it in there.
Just lockpicking. We have Ash's skill from Fire Emblem.
They kind of look like a robot from the map looking. Money.
Later, nerds.
Those look like GameCubes.
The eyes kind of look like little VR headsets. Little.
Yeah, they do too.
Intentional?
I don't know. Nintendo's weird when it comes to their Zelda games with eyes.
Oh yeah, speaking of weird stuff in GameCubes, one game I completely forgot that actually comes out here soonish is Splatoon 3.
Oh, it's supposed to be out soon. It's some.
Yeah, I think it's September is when it comes out.
I think it was around there, and well, I'm still surprised that they are releasing it.
I'm really looking forward to that game too.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it is.
Although I'm surprised how little information we actually have about the game as it is right now.
Yeah, normally they blabbed about that sort of thing already. It's been mostly just Splatoon matches and stuff that they've been showing off.
Which is cool, but I like Splatoon for the story content.
Yeah, it's surprising in how much that they're really keeping that on the hush-hush.
Ooh, I think this is a reference to the puzzle with the Wind Waker.
Ow, ow, ow! You dick! Just dropped a rock on me. And no, I'm not using that as a euphemism for poop.
Like, good.
I play it for the story, dear, not the nudies.
Oh, did you see that meme with Nintendo's letting them have like uncensored hentai?
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw it.
Only with the nudies if it involves Marina.
Yep.
Alright, we got two of them!
Water. Love to see this area as it was back in the day.
So we need a prequel for the prequel.
Yes. I wonder if maybe it's where the Sheikah got their technology from.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised on that, considering it, you know, desert and stuff. Or would it be more the Gerudo?
Yeah, but like the Sheikah always, like Breath of the Wild, will have this like technology that kind of feels like this.
Yeah, I can
Especially
see
if they
that.
play with the rocks.
Mm-hmm. I just would have more likely seen the Gerudo just do stuff like this. Well, I don't know about the technology part, but it definitely sits with the desert stuff.
I know in the Breath of the Wild, they archaeological Gerudos. That's where that hideout is with the ninja people.
The banana
negative-
ninjas.
The banana ninjas.
Ah!
Because that used to be an archaeological site before they took it.
Banana!
Ooh, banana.
Ooh, banana.
There's a theory going around where they believe that the green goo in Ocarina of Time is the same stone matter stuff that's like in Breath of the Wild. Those like glowy rocks. Not the ones that you collect, like the ones that I guess that are like in the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh yeah, those. I think I know what you're
Like
talking
they're
about.
the same colors as like the spirit essence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like in
Yeah.
in Twilight Princess or the.
In Ocarina. in the royal family, you know, like the acid green stuff, especially at like the bottom of the well, it had like the hands out. There's a theory that that's how the Redeads were made because the Sheikah were using those stones as a way of reanimating the dead to make warriors. That's why, like, the Shadow Temple is like a big bloodbath because that's where a lot of the experiments were going on. So there's a theory that's connecting it more to the royal family dark history.
It's a torture
It's just-
chamber.
I think it you know, logically it was just because it looked really cool. But you know, the fandom connecting every little detail as they can.
It just looks cool.
And most likely that was the case. You know, having arms out of like glowy green thing that could hurt you.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2 to get a 7 out of 10 and Zelda fans go ape shit again.
Yeah, folks will get mad
Sure.
because it's not perfect and stuff.
Oh no,
Or
like, game
it
has
doesn't
flaws.
line up to like their theories.
Yeah.
No, they just want everything. They just want their favorite game to be a 10 out of 10.
Pretty much. Validation's a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was also annoyed when folks were basically, like, getting all uppity whenever folks like, oh, I didn't like that game that much, and they're like, how could you, you bastard?
Like, okay.
Like, so what?
That's
I think
your,
there's like a lot of fandoms though, where
That's-
like
that's like your opinion, even though it's wrong.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That Jim Sterling guy got the blunt of it.
I think before the game even came out, he said that he was going to give the game a 7 out of 10, and he's still stuck by that.
Yeah.
Although, I guess it's kind of Jim Sterling. So, kind of expected, I guess. Not to say he's the worst reviewer out there. Just saying.
Yeah.
Because
I got you.
he's not a bad reviewer by any means.
Mm-hmm.
If this was somebody who, like, someone in their fandom that actually compared themselves to Jim Sterling, like, say, Lily Pete, then yeah, I would say your opinion's shit.
Uh-huh.
I like how you know exactly what I was talking about.
I was waiting for it. I was just like, oh shit, okay, now I know what you're talking about.
you got Ford.
Yep.
What about Horde? Oh,
Horde.
you said I got a horn. I thought you were talking about a whore. I'm like, wait, what?
I thought
You do also get a whore.
I thought that Kate said horde. Like, what? The horde? Like,
The whore.
like this was a Left 4 Dead game?
Yes. I mean, you are bringing things back to life, so.
We
What do the
activate.
little robots tell you?
They talk to you. Ah, what are you doing here, Bert? You'll still never get it open. Just fiddling with data, Bert. Bzz.
Huh.
S-
Like a
So,
parrot telling you you will fail.
or Twitch chat,
Yeah.
or to be more accurate, backseat gamers. Okay, so we activated Fire Island, Lightning Island, and Water Island. Wait, no, it's Ice Island. Fuck, I can't make the Pokemon joke.
There's Wind Island.
There wasn't no
Yeah, you
Wind
can make the
Island in the
Pokemon
movie.
joke.
No,
bummer.
no. The joke was Fire Island, Ice Island, and Lightning Island.
So the three legendary burbs.
Yeah, because that's what they were based on.
Mm-hmm.
Only we don't have a boat that can travel up mountains.
Yeah, the metal as fuck boat.
That boat was the best.
Mhm.
That game looks like he's going. Ah,
Like Ragura.
Like, girl.
I love how unique that is now what they do with bombs is like you just steal flower bombs.
Only in this one game that you do that.
Yeah. Some of the stuff was quite creative, but at the same time, like, why?
Why not? Okay.
Not deep.
I'm glad they bring back some of the unique items in some of these games, like the Gus thing in this is used, I think, 2 more times, like in the GBA games.
It's used in Smash and everybody hates it.
Yeah, but it's like mostly for the Wind Waker version, isn't it? That uses it in Smash.
No, that item's exclusive to Skyward Sword.
Oh, wait, I didn't know Skyward Sword was in Smash.
No, you're talking about the Gus bells, babe.
Yeah, yeah.
You said it was in Wind Waker, and it's not. It's exclusive to Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
And
and it's the
DX
worst
games.
item in the game, just saying. Or in the
For
in
Minish Cap,
Smash.
they have an item equivalent to it.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, it's called the Gus Jar, I think it's called.
I've never seen
Where you
that
can
item.
suck in... Yeah, it's in Minish Cap. It's like one of the dungeon items.
Do I have that on Wii U?
Minish Cap?
Is that on
Yeah,
Wii
Minish
U?
Cap.
Yeah, it is actually. That's where I played it for the first time.
Yeah, I have a physical cartridge, but I wonder if it's higher so I could play it in HD.
Funny thing,
And I think it
actually.
was in Four Swords. Like, I think the second one.
Funny
I know
thing,
it was in Minish.
Oh, let's see. 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Okay. Wait. Oh, water was here. Hang on. I'm gonna wait on this.
Oh yeah, I have it. Okay, cool.
Clock and 12 o'clock.
Nish Cap is on here. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, now back to what I was gonna say. Funny thing, actually, I actually had plans to stream Minish Cap a long time ago. Like, not long after Kate and I first did Link's Awakening.
Oh wow, really?
I was planning it, but it just never came up again.
I gotta get back to playing some GBA games at some point.
The grab bag.
I gotta bring back the grab bag just to play games that I could just basically say, yeah, I'll just play this just because.
Dean, we really got to get back to that Way Forward game.
Yeah, Sigma Star. I want to play more of that.
I keep forgetting the name of that game, which is why I just keep calling it that game.
Yeah, I know what game you're talking about. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Here we are,
But here those got robot heads.
Yep.
the Lanero Mines.
Alright. Ah, yes, I love mechanical.
So
Did
dusty.
they explain who makes the robot, guys?
Yeah, actually, it's one of the, it's one of, like, it's like the Thunder Dragon of this area. He
Oh,
makes them.
Was.
Little Thunder Dragon.
Yeah. The dragons look weird.
They're old men. Or woman.
And
They're-
one woman.
Yeah, there's 2 guys and 1 woman.
I mean, I like the idea that they represent the 3 goddesses, like, throughout the game series. But, that the goddesses are now dragons as a reference. Like, how do you jump from that?
Because dragons are cool.
I mean, I'm not complaining, I like dragons, especially in the Breath of the Wild ones. They're really cool. And the music when they're corrupted.
Just look at this about dragons being in this game. You can market them on baddragon.com.
Oh god.
I swear, 3 of my friends have talked about that website.
Which website?
Baddragon.com.
Oh,
I take it you have heard of it now, too, Dean.
I've heard of it now.
Have you heard about it before?
But...
No,
I haven't. I don't actively search up porn sites.
Wait, is that what you're doing right now?
I like the fact that you knew that it was a porn site.
I had a feeling. What else would I get Bad Dragon from? Unless it's weed related. I'm pretty sure it's related to porn.
But I don't smoke weed.
Every day.
Smoke weed every day.
It is it is indeed a website where you can buy dragon dildos or monster dildos.
Oh wait, didn't like Sammy bring that up before or something?
Yeah, she's the one that introduced me to that site.
Oh fuck! Now it's coming back to me, like where I first heard that from. Jesus Christ! Yeah, oh fuck goodness sake!
I don't know what to blame about her bringing that up before. How about we just blame D&D and call it a day?
D&D is always to blame.
Blame D&D.
Yep. I might turn in a bit early. I'm getting tired.
Actually, I was just gonna say it's gonna be midnight in a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's almost midnight for her, so...
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm a little tired, but not too terribly tired.
I'll probably last as long as the dungeon here, so...
You'll stay as long as the dungeon, or sooner?
I'll stay as long as the dungeon, because I don't think the dungeon will be that long.
Nah, it shouldn't.
Yeah, I'll just stay as long as I can, because it's just like I got home a bit late, so didn't get a chance to really rest up.
That makes sense.
Buy followers, primes, and view. Okay, who gives a shit? You Georg.
Georg.
All right, ban.
Oh.
Ban.
Bad bot.
Bad bot. Bad.
Can I blow this up with a bomb?
Technology.
Technology is fascinating.
I better actually, well, speaking of technology, I better decide a thumbnail for Xenosaga right now. Because we are playing that tomorrow.
Will it be Cosmos?
There is indeed Cosmos. Finding Lost Jerusalem. Why you should play Xenosaga. Yeah, if folks have easy access to getting Xenosaga.
What kind of gameplay is it? I think, didn't I watch a little bit of it, like, one time that Jared streamed it?
I never streamed Xenosaga.
I think you're thinking of Xenoblade.
Someone, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Xenoblade.
Xenoblade is likely the case considering that Xenosaga I don't think any of us has really played.
Someone did, and it was in the call. I don't know if it was a personal, just we were all bored or if it was a stream.
It definitely involves robots, though.
Yep. So, hi Cole, thank you for the raid!
Yeah.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow.
Fox Raid.
But what does it say?
It just says Fox Raid, Fox Raid, Fox Rain.
I thought you said fuck raid. I'm like, what?
Ah, fuck Raid!
Fuck Raid, yeah!
Fuck Raid! Fuck Raid! Bug Snacks!
Bug Snacks! Welcome to baddragon.com.
Did you say men's sex?
Yeah, I said
Man,
man sex.
Okay, I'm just making sure that's what I heard.
and before it's
not my
like,
dirty
it's her,
mind.
yeah, not her dirty mind, lewd brain.
I thought it always
Xenosaga
was.
DS, what?
Huh?
The fuck? There was a DS version of Xenosaga?
Huh?
Give me, what the fuck is that? Xenosaga 1 plus 2. Wait, what?
1
Hell.
plus 2 equals 3.
But where's yeah, I was about to say that. Where's 3?
Yeah, let me look. Xenosaga 1 and 2 is a role-playing game co-developed by Monolith Soft and published by Namco on the DS. It's a spin-off of the Xenosaga trilogy, forming part of the Xeno Meta series. Xenosaga 1 and 2 retells the events of Xenosaga Episode 1 and 2, while expanding on its characters and narrative. Displayed in an angled two-dimensional perspective, Xenosaga 1 and 2 makes use of a turn-based battle system with elements carried over from the main Xenosaga games. So there's a DS version of the first and second game.
But not the 3rd.
No, that don't exist.
It's like Final Fantasy all over again.
It was released in March 30th of 2006, apparently.
Interesting.
The fuck? I did not know this existed.
I'm curious what it's like, how the gameplay is on the DS version.
It is an isometric game, so the sprites look okay. I don't know. Dave, Ashley, do you have ROM? Maybe? I don't know. I don't even know if this thing was ever translated. If no one ever picked up on it before, I doubt that many people would have picked on it now.
We're only just finding this out, too.
Yeah, it looks like Double Survivor. Huh. Okay, that was the first thing that I saw that's just like, Xenosaga for the Nintendo DS.
Not for the PS2, the DS.
Yeah, because like if I'm going to be exposing my myself to the frickin' Xenosaga series, the best way that I want to do it is on the DS that I can't even read.
Oh, it's Japan only.
Yeah, it's only
I
Japan.
can't read.
I can't read.
Man.
Xenosaga logo. Albedo, what? Oh.
That's
I've been lied to.
Who lied to you, Dean?
I was hoping that it was like, oh, is there like an Albedo-related cosplay in Xenosaga? And I'm like, no. Dude, what are you talking about? It's some random character that you don't know in the game.
What is it, Shion?
No, it's literally a character named Albedo, but I don't know who it is because I haven't played the game yet.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Albedo I just heard from Overlord, that's it.
Oh, that's probably where I heard it then.
Yep. Oh hey Andy, how's it going? I got a 4K HDMI cable for my Wii U. Do you think I should attempt the Wii version of Skyward Sword? I mean, you can. I think that the Switch one is better. At least a lot of people who really had issues with the original version of the game says that the Switch version is better.
They also did a little bit different things. Big stuff.
The only thing that the HD version really doesn't have over the Wii version is some of the glitches, like back in time.
Yeah, but that's only for the true soldiers, the ones that do wanna glitch the game. All right, so Xenosaga.
I mean, you can beat the game easily in like, I don't know how long, like 4 hours. Probably less.
Yeah. Alright, I gotta be sure that I named the title of the stream, Dudes Dig Hot Robots.
Dudes dig hot robots.
Yeah, instead of Chicks Dig Giant Robots, it's Dudes Dig Hot Robots.
Love I love the debate some people have where it's like I don't know where it's like the Xeno series has never had a lot of fan service or really any at all before Xenoblade 2, and I'm just like, dude, have you seen Xenosaga?
Xenosaga, and I'm just like, dude, this an anime.
Just
Someone designed it this way.
I'm off to bed.
all right, night night, babe. Love you.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Have a good night there, Kate. I'm just, don't mind me simping over Cosmos.
No, it's okay to sim.
Robots.
That's what I do.
Yep. Night, Kate.
Oop.
Chipstick, giant robot. I am looking respectfully at giant robots.
Not disrespectfully.
Disrespectfully looking at hot robot. Got it. I mean, to be fair, Monolith Soft does a really good job at doing robot designs, so...
Yeah, they really do.
Wait, who did the art for Cosmos in Xenoblade 2? I need to look at this up for science.
I actually looked up last night. I actually did look up on who did the art for Electra, and it's actually a mangaka artist.
A manga artist?
I think it was a mangaka artist, or it was someone that actually does doujinshi as well.
Ah, okay.
I don't
Because I
think
know that Dahlia apparently drew porn.
that I didn't know.
Yep.
I knew someone from there drew porn, but I couldn't remember exactly who.
Okay, so I'm looking at Cosmos' stuff, and apparently, apparently she did the art for Finch, and she did the art for the guest characters in Xenoblade 2. So Shulk, Fiora, and Elma. So apparently the artist for her artist is basically the guest character artist.
And I know for a fact that all the main party members, including the Blades, are actually all designed by the same artist.
Yeah, the main character one's like Muji Saito or something like that.
Yeah, where they did like Rex, Nia, Brigid.
Let's see, Matsatsugu Saito. Yep. The lead character designer. Of course, the lead character designer is going to be doing the freaking main characters. Love the Megas XLR reference. Exactly. It's like chicks dig giant robots and dudes dig hot robots.
I also dig hot robots. Hot robots that are named Tellus.
Yep, the T. Ellis. I miswrote. I like this note in her personality. It's like, while the events of Torna, the Golden Country, Mithra is shown to have little sympathy for others. In Xenoblade 2, she's a lot more calm and analytical. I think she was humbled. Gee, I wonder why. We don't talk about that. Or at least she doesn't.
It's like Torna did shit to her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so yeah, smash alt for her where she actually has Pyra's colors. I dig it. What is that called? Pyra style Mithra? Why did I miss this when I was playing the game?
You probably didn't touch much of the new content.
Son of a bitch, it is in the new content. Fuck, Mithra looks hot with red hair. Oh wait, what does Pyra look like with blonde? I need to know. fuck? Where? Oh, Pyra. There you go.
Where foot, and you just stopped on foot.
Oh fuck! There is a blonde version of her, and she can wear her the disguise in the game. That's nice.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that.
Right now, the only thing I'm
that swimsuit. Goddamn.
right now, the only thing I'm trying to do on my file for Xenoblade 2 is actually unlock Pyra swimsuit.
I mean, I don't blame you for that. It's the challenge thing, right? That's how you get it.
Yep. Just gotta collect enough Napon stones.
Let's see. Anyone going to play Hololive Error? I've seen that around, but I still don't know what that is. I haven't looked too deep into it.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it, and Link fell.
And Link fell. Oops. Who did porn? Apparently the artist for Dahlia from Xenoblade 2 did porn. Which makes sense if you've seen what Dahlia looks like. It's a horror game. Oh, great. My favorite genre.
No thanks, then.
My favorite genre, horror.
If I want to play a horror game, I'll play Metal Gear Survive.
Yep, that is indeed a horror game. It's a horror that thing exists.
No, the horror.
No horror. I still remember one of my quotes from when I did like the frickin' Skyward Sword stream is that as soon as I saw the frickin' Gust Bellows came from this game, I was like, why is every bad item from Smash Brothers came from this game?
I know. That is a really funny coincidence.
It is a funny coincidence. It's not reflected on the game's quality. I want to make that clear. It's just that between the Beetle and the Gust Bellows, it's like items that I will refuse to turn on.
It is a funny coincidence.
Yeah, I just found that funny because like I did not know where the Gust Bellows came from, and I was just like, oh, it came from frickin' Skyward Sword. So hey, it hype Skyward Sword apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, I better. I gotta add the text. Looks respectfully.
I was also just thinking of this, but Xenoblade 2 is one of the only video games I've actually ever played where they gave a character a swimsuit costumes, and they didn't add it as like a tack-on for a mobile game. Yeah,
I'm genuinely surprised by that. Well, then again, Xenoblade 2 already has gacha elements.
they could always make it worse, though.
Yeah, we had where you actually have to fucking pay for it.
Now that would suck, and then people would be right to criticize it.
Do folks want to pay real money so that they can actually afford fucking the rare blades in the game? At that point, I'm pretty sure that Monolith Soft is digging their own graves. But they haven't gotten to that point, so...
Yeah.
Oh god. I can't wait for Xenoblade, what's it called again? Xenoblade Chronicles X 2, where it involves exactly that.
Oh yeah, we get to see Elma in a swimsuit.
Yeah, pay DLC for $5.
I paid for it.
Oh. Well then.
Let's see, who other swimsuit costumes do we want to see in Xenoblade?
I'll have to see. Oh my god, Bridget is fucking hot in the swimsuit. Okay then. Sorry, I was looking through it as like the thumbnail for it just came up, and I'm like, oh.
Bridget's hot, you don't say.
Poggers!
I don't say. Pogger. Thank you, Andy. Oh man, the frame rate in this game is so much faster in the Wii version. Oh yeah, for sure. Also, hey there, Nelson. How you doing?
Come on, hit me.
What's your best shot?
Fire away. Ah, damn! I swung my sword.
Oh, Pandoria doesn't look that bad. And she actually is one of the only folks in a two-piece.
I hate how little screen time Pandoria actually gets. I really want to like her way more than I actually do, because she actually is an endearing character.
Like Pandoria. It also changes her appearance when she equips the core, granting her, oh, it is an equip item.
Yeah, that's what these ones are. They act as aux cores.
Alright, does Poppy, like, get anything more than... can she actually change, like, her frickin' costumes, like, to actually be like her other forms?
Can we get a costume for Cutie Pie?
I'd be all for it.
I mean, Poppy Cutie Pie is hot, not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, she is.
It also helps that she's one of the best blades in the entire game.
Yeah, you have to work hard for her, but damn, she good.
She's worth the side quest that you have to go for to get her.
Yeah, she is absolutely worth it. And the only other time that frickin' Poppy can, or not Poppy, Tora can actually wield a fucking sword.
Mm-hmm. Poppy Cutie Pie, one of the things that makes her really damn good is she's automatically equipped with a break art and a topple art.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Okay,
Oh, she has an alternative costume. It just changes her color. Fuck. Boo! Her hair reaches her thighs and is parted back the same style as Mithra's. Oh, I call that an absolute win. Poppy's personality does not change dramatically with her upgrade. She's calmer and more articulate, but otherwise as before. I mean, she still acts like Poppy, so it's just Poppy with a sexy voice.
She's also a lot less robotic than she was when she starts out.
Yeah. Poppy Quantum Techno Champion Pi. Oh, that's what QT means? There's a lot more freaking thought put into her name than I thought. Quantum Techno Champion.
I mean, she is a champion.
Yep. Of the world.
Of the world. I understood that reference.
Yep.
It's okay. I picked up the Queen reference.
Thank you. Doing alright was playing Ready or Not with a friend. He killed a surrendering suspect and domed a civilian in the head despite screaming, "Don't shoot." Ah, that's, good. Let's look at her, all the voice actors for Poppy are the same, right?
I think so, unless you want to fact check, bro.
Arena Lee, and, hold on, we need to be sure. Poppy Alpha, Arena Lee. Yeah, okay, wow, she's got range. You'd make a good cop, Dean. You should see my skills in L.A. Noire. It's shit. I make my own law.
I am the law.
I am less lawful, and as I am very, very loose cannon.
You're chaotic neutral.
Exactly. Wait, I made that joke in the Mario RPG stream. How it was basically, oh, I think I'm chaotic law, and then someone basically said, "How could you be two alignments? I don't think you know how this works." And I'm like,
I'm doing my best, okay?
I'm doing my best. That means if I'm chaotic law, does that mean I'm neutral? So I'm just both.
Yes.
Got it.
Come on.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, Poppy fights with a shield. What does Poppy QT fight with? Was it missiles? A gun?
Poppy QT, she fights with... I forget the name of the class. It's like,
She gunner?
I think it's like it's a knuckle class. I forget the name, though.
She punches things?
Yeah.
Let me look. Poppy QT. Hana Justice Night Mode. Oh, okay. Let's see. Antique Princess QT. Oh my god, I understand this fucking reference.
What is it? I miss...
Gee, I want. Okay, here you go. Here, gee, I wonder what. Does this remind you of anything? Does this remind you of? Hold on, right? A group chat. Here you go. Does this remind you of someone? Because I don't know. I'm trying to put my finger on it.
I get the reference.
I wonder.
That should have been Nia's costume.
Yeah. They both got shafted, so you know what?
My two favorite girls in the Xenoblade series got shafted.
They're a lot of folks' favorites, and for good reason.
I can't wait for the eventual part in Xenoblade 3 where they become your party members.
Uh-huh. This Carbon Mithra thing from? That radiates Camilla energy. Okay, I dig.
With or without the booba?
She she surprisingly shows more.
Oh no. I gotta get through the sand pit. I'm dying to see this. Damn spike room. I want to see the booba.
I want.
I'm trying to get to this room, but and then I'll see the booba. But I want to see the booba now.
What is this based off of? Oh, prototype suit. Whatever. Prototype suit. Look at Morag stuff. Is there anything great for Morag?
Her swimsuit I like.
Her swimsuit looks pretty good.
You can actually see her face.
Yeah, that's the one thing. It's like she's often covered up. Oh, well, hey, there's one where she removes her hat. That's pretty cool.
That's usually what her swimsuit does.
Yeah.
That's what I like it for.
God, how much effort do you need to pull just to play this freaking DLC mode? Funnily enough, you say that they originally had a system where you could beat a suspect to get information, but they removed it because too many players in playtest used it as their first option. Ah, yes, my first option. Beat the shit out of them. It's why they removed it and stuck to the current systems of truth, doubt, and lie, good cop, bad cop, and accuse. I honestly would have been alright with just beat the shit out of them for information, but then again, I don't think cops would be allowed to do that.
Police brutality, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm gonna check this out. Now that I'm done with that room.
See what else I got. I don't know, it shows more of her cleavage for some reason. And I was just like, she already has pretty sizable knockers. I don't know if they really needed to increase that even more.
You're right, make her topless.
Uh-oh. Alright, yeah, no problem. Wait, what the fuck? This is a fucking costume?
I'm going to assume you found the Tora one?
Yes.
Dude.
I'm glad you know which one I was referring to.
On my current on my main file for Xenoblade 2, I have that outfit on Tora and I've never taken it off.
Good.
It's too funny.
I love that outfit. I love that T-shirt too. It's literally just a pic. It's just a picture of Pyra as a PNG. I love that.
I can't believe I'm in the game. Uh-oh. Come on, shoot me. Hit me. Stop hiding behind that block! Wait, what the hell? Yeah, it didn't take me very long to figure out what you were talking about.
Yeah. I was just like browsing through some of the options, and then I just saw that, and I'm like, oh, this is definitely an outfit.
For a Pyra #1 fan outfit.
I love that.
Tora indeed Pyrosim. He's teaching her about Blushy Creshy.
Oh man, I love the party in Xenoblade 2.
That phrase is fresh in my mind right now because of the artist that we follow that posts that Pyra pic. Hot stuff.
Eevee, right.
Yep. She made an art, a Pyra piece today.
Some good stuff. Yep. I saw that. That was good.
One of the things I like that she does that kind of, that actually, I feel like kind of, sets herself apart from a lot of other artists I've seen is her little post-it notes that she does on her characters.
I like the post-it notes that she puts on them. That's always nice.
It's a cute touch.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an artist that I follow where she completely simps over Nia. Like, I mean, not just simps, but she loves talking about Nia's thighs.
She's got taste.
Talk about a base artist.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, cultured.
I ended up pausing my game of Xenoblade 2 yesterday, and at that time, there was a screenshot of Nia's ass. That happened when I was talking with Logan, because he wanted to show me something, so I paused the game.
Mm-hmm. Also, someone is going to town on their keyboard. It's Cole and Spirit. Yep. Also, I'm trying to recruit mods on Twitch. Not sure if you know what it's like having an unreliable mod. No comment.
Do we hit this? Yeah, I think we do. I gotta go backwards. I mean, she kinda was here. She raided us.
Yeah, she's here in spirit. Cosmos. Okay, there you go. Let's see, Oh
yeah, and I got hosted by her too. I'm seeing on my activity feed.
Yep. I was watching her stream before I left to play with my friend. Yeah, she was playing Capitalism, the video game.
I thought that was Animal Crossing.
It was another one. She had to go to bed for work if you were talking about coal. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the most likely scenario, so, yeah, it's also really late for her, so... let's see, Xenoblade...
I want DLC where I could see Talos in a costume. A swimsuit.
I wonder, though.
Out of all the characters in Xenoblade 2, Talos is the one I've simped for the most. I'm not even kidding.
Xenosaga Episode 1, Cosmos, Space, I don't know what else to put in here. I guess Xenoblade, because it's kind of true.
She is in Xenoblade.
Yeah, she does appear in it, so might as well. I mean, it's still a blade that I never got, but hey, she did exist there.
I'll take your word for it that she is a good blade.
She has Xenosaga 1 and 3. Yeah, I do have that series too. I'm just glad I got Xenosaga 3 before it got expensive in the market. Because fuck trying to compete with those prices.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, I really don't like that YouTube doesn't update the thumbnail very well. So, I need to manually fix it myself. There you go. Dudes dig hot robots. There we go. I also love the title of my last one. It's like, that time that Square made a Mario RPG, and they didn't do it ever again.
Nope.
I want to get a copy of Def Jam Fight for New York. It's $300 for a PS2 copy. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that before. I've seen it in a store before, but I was like, way too rich for my blood. Then again, I think one of the most expensive games that I had ever seen was $300. I think it was either $300 or $400 for Wild Arms Alter Code F. Or maybe it was Haunting Ground. One of those. I better pull that out, actually. Yeah, Tales of Exillia, I want to save that until after I beat Stranger of Paradise.
Why are you... is the Tales games... Aren't the older Tales games, like, expensive as well?
They can be, from what I remember. Remember the fourth dot hack game? Oh yeah, that one. What was that, Infection or something? Because, yeah, oh no, Infection was the first one. But yeah, that one's infamously expensive.
Infection, more like it will infect your wallet.
Yeah. Yep, so... Yeah, I got an RPG-filled, like, summer that I want to try and do, so... Yeah, I got 3 PS2 games and 1 PS3 game that I wanted to play, at least around this year. Quarantine. That's not how you spell quarantine. It was $180 back in 2017, now it's $340. Jesus Christ. PS2 games are getting expensive. The fourth dot hack GU was anime with PNGs. Oh yeah, the fourth GU was released recently, actually, in that collection. They did, I believe. But yeah, I got 4 RPGs I did want to try and go through. I'm holding them in my hands right now. So I just... The only thing that I just don't like is that I got a PS3 game I want to play, but recording or doing anything related to the PS3 has always been like the bane of my fucking existence. I hate trying to record anything on the PS3.
It big stink.
Fucking HDCP, it fucking sucks. I think I do have a, what was it, a splitter, I think. Yeah, I do have one. It's just that it's a pain in the ass to set up because it's one of those things that you need to, you need to have its own power cable for it, and alongside all my converters and stuff. God, finding a fucking plug is gonna take me a while.
Come on.
It's a pain in the ass to set up, is what it is. But yeah, I'm not gonna bitch too much about like trying to set it up. I'll bear with it, but I'll fucking hate it. I don't even know why they're that picky about it, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the Blu-ray.
Probably they don't want you pirating it.
Yeah.
Come on, Link.
I mean, no game company really wants you to pirate their games.
Mm-mm. And people will always find a workaround.
People will find a way. In the words of Jurassic Park, life finds a way.
Nature finds a way.
Yep, exactly.
We got the key.
It does. That was when Blu-ray was in its infancy. Yeah, pretty much. So when Blu-ray was pretty much first starting out, that was when they were really picky about like letting that stuff be, out in the open. But yeah. Oh well. I still want to play it because I have not really dove into the PlayStation 3 partly for that, as well as just, well, to be completely honest, the PS3 isn't exactly my favorite console, so...
Is it just because the HDCP, or are there other factors?
It's just... no, it's not just that. It's just... because that does have, like, some credibility, but it's like, even if I'm not recording, it's like, the PS3 is not, like, my first console that I immediately go to.
Is it just... Is one of it because the UI is really slow? Or not the UI, but the operating system?
The OS is pretty slow. It's very inoperable. I get annoyed whenever I try and go to the PlayStation Network store whenever I used it. And I just don't think it's really that well built of a console. At least not in my opinion it was. Load times were long, a lot of games' performances weren't great, folks trying to develop for it kind of had like a lot of issues. Oh
yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah. It's why whenever I look back, it's like, maybe it was a good thing I stuck with Xbox. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like, for me being like as much of a PlayStation, as much as possible there, Xbox has proved themselves okay. Like, they serve, like, modern gaming pretty decently.
Most folks I know have had a 360 and it's not a PS3.
Yeah, because I know most of my like friends back in high school really loved the PlayStation. Not PlayStation. They really loved the Xbox, which is why I did get one myself. But I always looked at the PlayStation 3 as like, man, maybe I should have gotten the PS3. And looking back on it now, and especially with my own experience with the PS3, I'm like, nah, I think I was fine with the Xbox. Hindsight's 20/20 and all. I'm just glad I got like the PS3 when I was like much older and it was cheap.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing, PlayStation 3 does have some pretty good games on it.
Yeah. Saying more people like the 360 over the PS3. Yeah, it's weird because like the PS3 exclusives too is like what was one of the bigger things that I did want to get it for. But the thing is about like the PS3, at least in my opinion, is that some of those exclusives were either just kind of okay, like, or they're not really like my favorite games in the series, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get into Xbox. Xbox promised the world, and they give you a pile of crap that always broke. I mean, that sounds like the Red Ring of Death and stuff, which is fair. I've heard the stories, and to be fair as well, they kind of rushed that shit out the door. So, at least back in the day. But Xbox has really turned themselves around over time. I just wish that they, instead of just kept acquiring companies, they'll actually do something about the companies they acquired. So, I guess we'll see. But I got into the Uncharted series since it was on PS3. Oh yeah, I played the Uncharted games. They're good. I like them. I guess the only other, like, things that I really have against with the PlayStation 3 is mostly performance issues and stuff. But, yeah. But then again, I mean, Microsoft didn't really have any exclusives that I was majorly interested in. Aside from Halo, of course.
Mm-hmm. Halo is the reason I got into Xbox 360 now, because I didn't grow up with Halo 1 or 2.
Yeah. My first Halo game that I've owned was 3. I skipped over 2 for the longest time. And now I deeply regret it because 2 is actually a really good game.
Now that you played it with local crew.
Yeah, I play it with the local crew. It's great. It's a great game. I still like Halo Reach more, but Halo 2 is a really good game.
Come on.
And at least in terms of like the other games I have up there, I mean, what the fuck? When did I have Metal Gear Rising for PS3?
Might have bought it a long time ago.
Maybe? Let me look.
That's where I first played it on.
Yep, I do have it, as well as Metal Gear Solid 4.
Another game you haven't played, probably because it's only on PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I'm not interested in watching a movie right now. So...
And that's why...
Yep. There's a lot of games on here that I do want to play. I mean, I need to finish Uncharted, but it's on PS4.
I need to give Time and Eternity another go.
Yeah, I do have that digitally.
I didn't know it was out. I didn't know it was a digital game.
Yeah, I got it like when it was on sale for then. Oh god, the one thing that I really wanted to pick up, or I really want to probably try and stream at some point, is the PS3 version of No More Heroes.
Just to see how it is.
Just to see how it is. Maybe as a Twitch-only stream or something. I already did the original. I went with PlayStation all because it was a more reliable DVD and Blu-ray player. Oh, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember for Xbox you had to buy like a separate like DVD disc drive for if you wanted to watch movies on it.
Yeah.
Well, non-digital movies anyway.
Halo 2 has the best story despite the ending. Oh, the ending blew, but everything else about it was pretty damn good. HD DVD. Yeah, HD DVD didn't even last long. As soon as I saw that in the store, I was like, this was a thing?
Totally shocked.
Blu-ray then just kind of took over, so...
That it did.
Not that Blu-ray was any better, in my opinion, but... Yeah, I mean, the quality was great. It's just that, as far as things are concerned when it comes to Blu-ray, it's like... Yeah, it's it did its job. It's HD. It's
HD. It's HD.
HD.
The PS3 still has the Metal Gear collection on it.
Yep, and I do have the Metal Gear Solid collection. So let's see.
Which you can buy some games on Xbox, but I don't know if it really feels weird playing Metal Gear with an Xbox controller.
Oh yeah, especially with how it's been a while since I picked up an Xbox 360 controller, but as soon as I did, I was like, I didn't remember it being this bulky.
A different time.
Yeah, it was a different time. Also, D-pad sucked ass.
Yeah. I've kind of gotten used to the Xbox One controller because for all like the PC games and randomizers I've done with it, where I'm now kind of used to playing Super Metroid with an Xbox One D-pad.
Oh, wow.
So it might actually be a little weird going back to a Super Nintendo controller.
Hmm. Oh yeah, funnily enough, only Metal Gear Solid 2 was on Xbox. Yeah, there was a Metal Gear... There was a version of Substance that was on Xbox. I do remember that.
I think MGS3 was also on that collection, because I think that's how Darkside Phil actually played them.
No, actually, we mean the original Xbox. Like, there was a version of MGS2 on the original.
Oh, the original Xbox. That I didn't know.
Yeah, I remember seeing it at the store before. Which is weird to me, because it's like Metal Gear Solid to me has always been kind of like a PlayStation series. And, it's so odd to look at some of these, because Metal Gear Solid had some really strange ports. Like, Metal Gear, like, hey, you want a remake of MGS1 on the GameCube for some reason? There you go. Do you want the Substance version on a console that isn't the PS2? Have it on Xbox. You want a version of Metal Gear Solid 3 that you can play on a handheld? How about the 3DS version of the game? Metal Gear Solid had some really weird ports.
I'm still not the biggest fan of Twin Snakes when I played it here last year.
Fair, but I kind of hold it to some regard, because that was the first game that I played. So
oh yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah, my first exposure with the Metal Gear Solid series was Metal Gear Solid 2, and then I played Twin Snakes. I didn't touch the original Metal Gear Solid until like much later. And Nelson fell over, apparently.
Oof.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's kind of... I still drift back and forth between, like, me saying on which one is the better version. I kind of dig the features that Twin Snakes has, but I do admit it's a very easy game in comparison with Metal Gear Solid 1. Also, they basically turned Solid Snake into John Wick in that game. So I don't know what to tell you, but Metal Gear Solid has always been kind of wacky and weird in some instances. There's a fucking spaceman with a flamethrower in the third game. I'm not going to be that mad where Solid Snake is able to platform on a missile.
The only thing it's not even that I have little gripes with when it comes to Twin Snakes. It's mostly about how the mechanics from... Some of it is the mechanics from 2 being transferred on a game that's wasn't entirely designed for it. Like, I mostly go to, like, the beginning hangar, where enemies can hear your footsteps from a room above you when they couldn't do that in the original, so it's making sneaking around a lot harder.
Yeah. I think in that point, they just really expect you to basically just do the thing that, well, one would normally do. Jump off the railing.
Which I think I kind of forgot about that when I first played, because I still had MGS1 brain.
I don't blame you for that, because MGS1, you had to walk that whole shit around. So, yeah, even under the camera and stuff. So, yeah, in that instance, Metal Gear Solid 1's Shadow Moses is not built for MGS2's mechanics. That's kind of the base fact. You can tear that game in half because of the stuff they added in that game.
Like first-person mode, a tranquilizer, the M9.
Yep. The M9, yeah, that was kind of one of the things that made it hard for me to go back to the original, because it's like, you don't get a fucking gun until later. So, yeah, that took me a bit to kind of adapt to. And also, MGS1 has a lot of bloat to it that I always get annoyed with. Like, okay, let me just abandon this girl that got fucking sniped. Just for me to go into a building that is literally a couple miles away, grab a sniper rifle, then go all the way back so I could beat up this lady that's been shooting my girl.
And then she's gone.
And then she's gone. And I'm like, there's a lot of bloat in the original MGS1 that just made me feel like, yeah, I'm kind of glad that they made those changes in Twin Snakes. I'll admit, I didn't know about the whole pipe thing, where you're able to instantly get the cards to be cooled or heated until, like, much later. Because apparently you can do that in the Twin Snakes. I just did what most people did back in the day.
I still did that in my playthrough of Twin Snakes, just because I didn't know where the room was.
Yeah. I just knew that because, well, my own logic was basically like, oh, where's the cold room of the facility? Oh, I passed by that when I had to beat up this guy with a minigun. I'll just go there.
It's a very, very noxious backtrack.
Yeah. Twin Snakes just basically trimmed down a lot of the backtracking, which I was just like, some of it I'm like, okay, thank you, because I didn't want to go back for grabbing a fucking sniper rifle. But otherwise I'm just like, I don't know about the whole keycard thing. They could have easily just kind of left it there, and I don't think many people would mind. I didn't even know about the pipe thing until much later.
I didn't know about it until Johnny's review.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in some instances I do understand why people still prefer the original over the Twin Snakes, but... Oh, are we gonna see... The Groose is loose now?
He is indeed loose.
The Groose is indeed loose. Yeah, I'm just kind of like... I understand where some folks are coming from by saying that they kind of prefer the original version compared to the Twin Snakes, but I gotta admit, the changes that they did make to reduce the amount of backtracking that you do in the game was welcomed. So, and also, I still fucking hate the room in Metal Gear Solid that's filled with 1,000,000 claymores. Where the f*** did that come from?
What room was that again?
There was like, it was either a room with 1,000,000,000 claymores or a room with 1,000,000,000 cameras. And I'm just like, where the fuck was this from? I think it was like the room that was right before Vulcan Raven. At least that's what I remembered.
It might be the introduction to Vulcan Raven, because I know in his first fight, there is a bit of claymores right around there.
Yeah. I just remembered there was this room and where it's just like, hey, here's 1,000,000 claymores that are for some reason in this one very room. And your map doesn't work, so you can't use the mine detector. Also, harder difficulties in Metal Gear Solid kind of annoy me because they disable the radar.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Gross. I now understand on what they mean by that, and I'm like, yeah, no wonder. Can you believe that Cruz started a race full of women? Wait, what? Is he a Gerudo?
I don't know if he is.
It's like, is he the first Gerudo? What?
But he's a dude.
Wait. Are you telling me that Goose is the original Ganondorf? If that's the case, this game is completely shifted on its head. Holy shit. This is lore that I didn't expect out of this.
That deep, deep lore.
My god. Hey, yeah, someday I want to check out the Metal Gear Solid series again. Like, he's the first king of the Gerudo? Where was this established? I need to know.
Who's the lucky woman?
It ain't Zelda.
Hell no. And definitely not her.
Yep. I think I'll finish Metal Gear Rising before I think about, like, checking out the other Metal Gear games. Maybe someday. I don't even know if they're really that streamable, considering that you're just watching cutscenes.
I think some are. The worst offender is MGS4, though, which literally is a movie.
It's a movie where you play some instances.
Let's see, MGS3 isn't too terribly chatty from what I remember, at least compared to 2 and 4.
5 might be alright, but...
Oh yeah, 5 definitely, because that game has like the least amount of dialogue out of the main MGS series.
I really hope they got their money's worth of Keith Sutherland. But, I mean, he talked more in Ground Zeroes, but...
Yeah.
Is that true? It's like he barely talks in Metal Gear Solid 5.
He talks a bit from what I remember, not... Yeah, he does talk a bit.
Yeah, again, I still haven't touched any of the later Metal Gear Solid games. Apparently, MGS ended for me in 3, for some reason. Which is weird to me, because, like, 4 is supposed to conclude everything, so...
But it's also long.
Yeah. So, yeah, little old me with just my experience with 3 and a little bit of Rising.
Which we still need to finish.
Yeah. At least we're in the last mission. Or, well, we're all close to the last mission, I mean.
Yeah. We just need to get a time to finish it.
Yeah. No, I'll consider it for, like, I don't know, August or something. We'll see.
Something to do before Everfree.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't talk in most cutscenes and such. I mean, I know the twist in the end, and it still baffles me, but that might have been the explanation for it, but I'm not sure. Isn't there like a, I don't know, a logical reason behind it? Like he suffered massive brain damage or something?
I forgot the end-lore reason why. It's been so long.
Yeah, the only thing that I basically had known about is that after the whole the ending of Ground Zeroes, it's like Big Boss was out of commission for around 9 years and became Punish Snake, but something like that. He just doesn't talk much. Oh, okay. So he goes. Oh, so he becomes Link. Got it. Don't you know that Big Boss is my favorite Legend of Zelda character?
I love it. You want me to say it?
Nah, figure it out later. Or I'll forget it, who knows. I don't know, I'm very... For a series that I haven't really touched for a while, I know that Metal Gear Solid hinges on its lore.
Oh, that delicious lore.
Yep. Oh, great. Are we gonna meet, like, the best friend of this game?
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
boss
meet...
that everyone loves so much?
Yes, we're gonna meet Marks.
Yeah.
He's your best friend, right?
Yay! We have marks.
Yeah,
From Kirby.
yeah, that's the joke I was making.
From Kirby, yeah, your best friend.
Yeah, your
He
best.
just hops on the ball.
Nothing more.
Yeah, totally innocent.
Yes, totally innocent.
The whole crowd is heaving. It's supposed to be solid down here.
It is solid.
Yeah, it's solid. It's just moving now.
Oh. Well, Kate can't bitch about the toes. Because that's what she wanted to do, I guess. After this boss fight, we will be calling it quits, though, for the night.
Alright, yeah, that's fine.
And then we could start part 2 next week. Maybe. It depends on the weather.
Yay, the imprisoned. Wait, if you're gonna be, like, out of commission due to the heat, do you want to still, like, co-com, or are you just gonna basically duck out?
I'd be fine still co-comming. It's just, streaming, like, focusing on that is gonna make my nerves go a little rampant, especially in the heat, and I don't wanna step on somebody's toes on the wrong foot, so to speak, if you know what I mean.
Speaking of toes.
I
Step on this guy's toes.
I don't want to yell at somebody for my nerves being in the heat and me just being under a lot of stress.
I don't blame you for that, really. That's why I did not want to. It's why I don't want to like stream like at that the latter 2 weeks of June. But you were right. He goes in a 9-year coma at the events of Ground Zeroes and awakens to being wanted dead. So he has to rebuild his army. So much from Outer Heaven.
More like outer hell.
I don't know, it's like, after I hear that, it feels like, doesn't that go against, like, what happened in Peace Walker? But, I don't know. Like, oh yeah, that is another Metal Gear game that I played that technically that technically was released outside of 4. I did play, Peace Walker. And beat it. That ending was dumb, but the game was fine.
Wee.
Oh yeah, aren't you supposed to like stop that guy before he gets up close?
Yep, this whole thing's on a time limit. No. Oh.
Oh, you're supposed to like land on his head or something?
Well, you're not. Well, you can. I mean, you could stop his toes, but landing on his head is the more safer approach for me.
Okay.
It's an alternative method.
Fair enough.
Come on, Link. You can do it.
Yeah, exhaustion's a bitch. Man, actually, speaking of Legend of Zelda, when do you think they'll actually talk about the sequel?
Hopefully the next Nintendo Direct, because we were supposed to hear something about it this year, and we never actually got it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
Year's not over.
Mm. Well, like, we'll probably hear about it in a Direct that's going to happen in November.
Probably. Watch it come out. Watch it comes out March 3rd.
that would be perfect. Let's see. It's mostly because the ending of Peace Walker, Snake sees what the Peace Walker as boss does as a portrayal of her ideals, so Snake decides to see things in a new way, the way he felt she truly wanted things. But yeah, Peace Walker is a very weird game. A fun one, but a weird one. I still stand by it's not one of my favorites, but I enjoyed it for what it was worth. It's one of those games that I think is much, much better when you play with a friend.
Oh.
Because it's basically like Metal Gear Solid made by the Peace Walk, made by the Monster Hunter devs. Yeah, you would fight you fight Rathalos from Monster Hunter, which made things cool. You also can control Zeke if you wanted to.
Metal Gear Zeke. Bringer of monsters.
Yep. Yeah, I am also, I don't know, am I really gonna be talking about Peace Walker now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But basically, I mean, there's some design choices I'm not really all that kind of happy with when it comes to Peace Walker. Like, I'm not fond of the comic cutscenes, to be honest, but I know plenty of folks who really like it.
Or we can't crawl.
Can't crawl for some reason, so, yeah, trying to get claymores is a bitch.
It's like when Snake was a baby, he just learned how to walk before he can crawl.
Yeah,
It's kinda weird.
the imprisoned is dead.
He is now imprisoned again.
Honestly, I like him, especially since it was on the PSP. That's fair. Like, it's stylized and all that, but I don't know. Every time that I look at Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker's cutscenes, it almost just makes me want to just rub my screen because I think it's dirty. It also just doesn't help that Peace Walker has some pretty good character designs, and it feels underutilized. Wait, someone donate bits?
Someone followed.
Oh. Huh. By Elgua China Lingoro?
Thanks for the follow. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name.
Yeah, I don't see it on here again.
It's on my feed,
Okay.
so I could see it, but not sure how to pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
I am bad at reading.
Good job, Ulu. You did good.
Ooh.
A lot of things are underutilized, sadly. It's dumb because, like, I think that Peace Walker has some really good character designs and some really fun characters. It's just that I can't see them very often. Like, I'll just be constantly annoyed by that. Even though, like, she wasn't really that useful in the long run, the frickin' French woman always gave me a smile.
If you want to see Paz and Chico, they're in MGS5.
Yeah, yeah.
Until they plant a bomb in her vagina and she blows up.
I was so fucking disappointed by that. I'm glad to see Chico, but I was like, Chico, come on, man. Why would you do this guy? Why would you do this to him?
This poor boy, this poor lad.
What did his sister say? Oh wait, they don't even say anything about her about his sister. Although it does have one of my favorite character traits about Big Boss.
Him being him believing in Santa Claus.
That was the fucking best.
I love that people post that on Twitter every year.
Yeah, he calls a hotline. Every year he comes by and delivers gifts.
He's real, I tell you.
And then Huey is just laughing his ass off. What an asshole.
I love that point in Johnny's review where he's just like, so this means Metal Gear Solid is canon, right?
I did love that point that he made that was just like, hey, yeah, with that being canon, who wouldn't have come up with the idea of of Santa being in a stealth game. It only makes sense.
I'm surprised no one made that idea sooner.
Yeah. Oh, it was Cecile. Why was I thinking of Camille? Yeah, Cecile was the one that I was thinking of. She was hot. Too bad you only see her in muddy cutscenes.
It's okay, you can look up fan art. I'm sure there's some.
Yeah, there's that. The only other thing that I will probably complain about is that you don't have like that character interaction. You know that scene in Peace Walker where there's apparently a mission where you get to hang out with Paz or Kaz for some reason.
I never played Peace Walker.
Oh, you never did? Okay, I won't say anything then.
I played a tiny bit of it, but not enough to where I can really remember much about the game.
Yeah, that's fine. I won't say more then. Alright. That means someone brought him presents. The only one could was the boss. Yeah, the boss's best Santa Claus. The sad part is when he said he used to bring me presents. Oof.
The one that brought him presents was the boss.
Yep.
So sad.
You know, I never realized this until, like, someone actually did point out, but a little tidbit about the joy and the sorrow is that the joy who seeks pleasure from war never actually smiles, while the sorrow who is displeased by all the war and all of the sadness that it brings always smiles.
So they're opposites of each other.
Opposites to each other, and they're opposites to their own damn names.
You sure that wasn't a mistranslation? That they're supposed to be that one's supposed to be the sorrow and one's supposed to be the joy?
I don't fucking know. Just things are just how the way that things work is just a little bit weird. But I never even realized that, even for the amount of times I did play Metal Gear Solid 3. It was like, did the boss ever smile? I don't think she ever did.
Whoops, I killed a butterfly.
Why?
Wasn't my fault. Oh, wait.
Are you trying to hit something, or...?
Where is the... Where's the damn flute? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Or she fought Big Boss. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Like that?
Yeah, by hitting yourself against a wall. I cannot carry a tune. Oh, wait, don't you need to take out your goddess bow? Or not bow, the heart.
Which... instrument... Oh, I can't actually play it yet.
Wait, what?
I thought I could play it, that's why that's what I was trying to figure out, but... No, I can't. I guess I gotta learn the song first. Which we're not gonna do today.
You would be able to take it out now, especially since you already did it for the old one.
Yeah, we did the tutorial. I'm like, okay.
Oh, he has to go to Skyloft. Oh, okay.
Time.
I guess you need to talk about with the Nakabora.
Yeah, the not Gabora. Actually, Square Plaza. Yay, saving time.
Hoot. Damn, I can't find my bow. Grabs harp. I guess I need to improvise. Ah, yes, my single string guitar.
Yes.
You know, Jared, I never asked, is Skyward Sword worth it on the Switch? I didn't get into it on Wii because of the controls and such. Well, I mean, the one great thing about it is that you don't have to worry about motion controls if you don't wanna.
Yeah, but it's a little harder to play. You could. If you're gonna be playing it traditionally, the motion controls are still intact.
They do their best.
What was that?
They do their best.
Yeah.
Trying to draw.
Yeah, the frame rate is better. Yeah, I really don't know, because most of it is the exact same game. I think the text is much faster, so it's easier to go through. Oh yeah, she's less intrusive. That I remember.
It's like Fee is less intrusive, a lot more of the hints are just basically less... It's less annoying is what... They kind of address like a lot of the main complaints that came from the original Skyward Sword. Not all of them, but most of them, especially the really annoying ones.
Yeah.
I've seen it go for $40, so probably wait until then.
I mean, like, the entire time, how much have we been interrupted by fire?
Yeah. Just one stream?
Yeah. I did press 5 twice, but that's about it.
Yep. My god, I know what a damn rupee is. So, for Christ's sakes, I know how to climb a ladder. Jesus, ow, my ear.
I mean, Twilight Princess kind of did that too, where every time you turn the game on, it's like, hey, here's 5 rupees, here's a rupee, here's 50 rupees. I know, I picked it up before!
Yeah, the damn rupee looks like.
And then HD fixed that, along with increasing the climb speed for vines and ladders, which, thank God.
I was about to ask. It's like, they addressed those at least, right?
In HD for Twilight Princess?
Yeah, in HD.
Yeah, they did for HD.
Good.
We'll be getting to that here later, eventually.
Eventually.
After Stranger Purpose.
Yeah. Which will hopefully be finished by next week if work stops being a dick, so...
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Why can't we just fart in a jar and call it a paycheck?
Where the fuck was that from, man?
I don't know. You guys were complaining about work, so I'm just like, can we just fart in a jar and call it a paycheck? Be like that one TikToker who sold that shit.
What the fuck? Is this like the gamer bathwater thing, or
Kind of, yeah.
I?
Some TikToker sold a jar of fart for $200,000.
A jar fart. I got a jar fart.
I got a jar.
I got a jar fart.
I got a jar of fart. You can't have it.
Well, you can't have it for $2,000. What the fuck says it does that? Influencers are weird.
They are.
I'm glad I haven't gotten to that territory yet. It'll be a cold day in hell. You can shut up too, Dean. Okay, fine.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
You can't make me.
I don't get it.
I still don't get it. So who's up for raiding?
Who's on our raid docket then?
Someone who calls themselves Shin. I don't know who that is.
Shin? Gee, I wonder. That's a mystery. I got a jar fart. I got a jar fart. Guess what's inside?
Oh yeah, I remember. I gotta type it into my chat, not hers. I'm dumb.
Yep.
I'm
Oh yeah, I'll type it to her. Hey, I want you to raid yourself. This guy's got balls.
Yeah, I've got a jar of fart. I've got a jar of fart.
I got a jar of fart.
I hope when we raid her, that's the message that we raid with, or that's like the clip that shows up.
It's fart jar.
Fart jar.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Wait, did you raid her now, or?
Hang on. Now I'm gonna raid her.